me and the wife went out yesterday and did some hunting around at a different little places, and I'm going to show you what I picked up right after this. All right, everyone. Like I said yesterday, um, me and Miss T-RAVIS went out, and we went to. Actually, the whole purpose of us going was my wife's birthday was a couple days ago, and we were supposed to meet some people for dinner, and which we did, and everything was great. But before then, we went early, and we like to do a little hunting and stuff, and we went to a consumer mall, and it's like a big indoor. We call it a peddler's mall, an indoor flea market. But these all have booths. They're all vendor booths. So you pick what you want, take up front. They have a booth number. It's already priced. They ring you up, so you don't deal with people directly that owns these booths. And so we went there. I went to a Second and Charles. Found a couple books there, and I think I've got these separated out too. Well, I only picked up a couple of books at the Second and Charles. But going with my wife, I'm a lucky guy that I can find a section digging in boxes, and I'll just dig and dig and dig, go through the boxes, and then my wife will go out walking around looking for stuff for her, something she wants, something. But then when she finds something like she knows I like or interested in, she always either comes to tell me or calls me or texts me to point me in the right direction. And so she usually helps me find pretty good stuff. So I'm going to show you what I picked up. I got a nice little stack here. This stuff here is from the Consumers Mall, so I've been looking for this. I got a Count Duckula #1. I've been picking up all the Star comics and the Marvel Kids comics, and that one's a newsstand. Just been picking up the little cartoon stuff, low print runs. Found this. This really is in super, super nice shape, and it was $5. And it is a Walt Disney Mickey Mouse comic, August, September. It's a Dale comic, 10 center. It's like from 1957. $5. And the shape of this thing, I mean, it's not worth a bunch of money, but for the shape it's in, $5, I couldn't pass it up. I mean, look at that. And then so we're talking about Disney. Well, this isn't Disney, but most people associate this with Disney. I found this Cinderella one-shot. Surely not Disney, but picked that up. And anytime I find silver and Bronze Age Charlton horror in nice shape, I pick it up. So this is a Ghostly Tales #108, and it's a 20-cent book. This is from the late 60s, early 70s. Super nice. A lot of these have Ditko art in them, but they usually have awesome covers. And this book here, I mean, Charlton, man, they just didn't care. This book has a crease right there and a crease right there, but it's not something that's been folded over. And excuse me, I've been sick, and sometimes I can't get rid of this cough. But inside, the pages are all perforated, like you were just tore off a sheet of paper. I like tearing off Reynolds wrap, and it's all like all the inside bottom pages are made like that, and they're all uneven. I'm sure this came out of the print. This came out this way because everything else is beautiful. They're just odd. And then I got a Ghostly Tales 128. 35-cent book. Awesome cover. Look at that. And I found DC Ghost number 18. Awesome, awesome book right there. And anytime I find Lenser covers that are cheap and good covers, so I picked up Dark Ivory number 3. And he is just a heck of an artist. And number 4, Monster Matinee number 1. Look at that cover. This is by Chaos Comics. This October 97. That was cool. And like I said, Star Comics. Anytime I find a Star Comics that's in good shape, I'll pick it up. This is a Mad Balls number 6. Got that. I used to watch this show every Saturday morning. I love this show. And this book is in super nice shape. So I paid $3 for this. Here's a Willie and the Chopper Bunch number 2 from Charlton. And I used to love Hanna-Barbera's Willie and the Chopper Bunch. I always remember that one chopper. He always used to go chicka-choppa all the time, every time he said something. And so it was cool. Here is an early... who did the cover for this? I can't. It's not signed. I don't know. There's a little initial down there. But anyway, Swamp Thing number 11. Look at that awesome cover. $3. A lot of these are $2 and $3. Here is a Batman movie, Batman 89 movie adaptation number 1. Super, super nice shape. $3. I remember that was a hot book. Man, how things have changed. Which here is a Little Monsters from Gold Key. And there's no number on here, but it's one of these series that picked up the number for someone else. It's a high, I looked inside, I can't remember, but it's high numbered. But that doesn't mean that it might be Little Monsters number 2 for 3 or whoever, who knows. But it's a cool pink cover, so why not? It's 25 cents, probably early 70s. Found a ROM, the Space Knight number, what is this, 32? So this book, I don't understand why this book doesn't have more value. I mean, this is the second appearance of Rogue and her first cover appearance. Right there. And this is a newsstand. It's a 60-cent book. Beautiful shape. I paid $2 for this. And, of course, I'm an oddball, independent collector. Here is a Eclipse Comics DNA Agents, or DN Agents, 3D Special, number 1. Back when the 3D craze started again in the 80s. And I have seen this book here a lot. I've seen a bunch of different people have it. I know KJ or Porch Puppy Comics has one. And I'm like, man, and I found this for $2. So this is Judge Dredd 26 by Quality Comics with the Stan Lee character. So this martial arts guy, his name is Stan Lee. It says, the flying fist of Stan Lee. Enough said. I mean, come on. Had to have that. It's beautiful shape. And let's see, picked up a nice Tales of the Teen Titans number 2. Yep, with the Raven. Good George Perez. Awesome cover. Here's an Avalon number 1. It was just an oddball independent from then. And here's a Necroscope number 2 from Malibu. This had to be in the 90s. Just an awesome cover. And That's all those I picked up. Oh, this one. I never have seen one of these in the wild or owned one. Um, this is an Archie Comics. It's just hard to explain. So let's show it. So this is Katie Keene, number 11. It's a 65-cent book, which I don't remember seeing 65-cent Charltons. I remember the Marvels having 65-cent covers. But I don't remember Charlton having 65 cents. Maybe I need to pay more attention. But this is a newsstand. Beautiful shape. She's in a bikini on the cover. Neptune. What is that? Katie meets King Neptune in an undersea adventure. Number 11. But I've never seen, it says romance series on top. And it says Archie romance series here in the block. Now, I know they had 75-cent books and with these, and it was Archie Adventure Series. It was all the hero stuff they tried to relaunch in the 80s. And apparently they tried to relaunch the romance stuff too. And I'm sure that's a reprint. But super, super nice. I paid like $3 for this in the shape it's in. So that's all the books from the consumer mall. Oh, wait a minute. I did find... hold on. All right. So, my wife found this. I collect Batman stuff. He's one of my favorite characters. I have a whole section dedicated to him. Fixing to do a new display cabinet for him. But Hot Wheels Batmobiles, I like to get the first edition of him when they are released. Like, it'll say new for whatever year. So, this is a, my wife found this. It's new for 2019, and it's a Batmobile. And I gotta clean the bubble up a little bit. I didn't have this one, especially in blue. I've never seen this in blue. So, awesome, great that she found that. And, so then we went somewhere else, and I ran in second in Charles, and I got about 5 books there. I only went through the independent books. And sometimes their prices sometimes are just like way, way off. And then there's sometimes you get a book and you're like, I'll definitely take this for this price. But I got some oddball stuff. So this is Launch Comics number 1. Never seen this before. Elsewhere Publications. Never heard of them. But the reason I wanted this is because it has Chuck Morris, the Karate Cat, in there. So the first part of this book has like this, like a murder ghost story, and then the second half has Chuck Morris. So come on, Chuck Norris, Morris the Cat. If any of you are old enough, know Morris the Cat from the cat food commercial. So Chuck Morris the Karate Cat, had to have that. It's like $1, 95 cents, something like that. And I've never, this book is hard to tell. Maybe it's just because my colors are off or whatever, but this, I can't even tell what company it's from. It's Bloodlines. I'm taking it's number 6. Some kind of horror book. But look at that. It looks like an etched cover. And, but it's just a beautiful cover. 95 cents. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I found this cool Campfire Stories, number 1. And it's by Global Comics. From 92, so this is early 90s. Had to have that. And of course, I found Dynamite had a 25-cent Sheena cover, but it's just an awesome cover. This was $0.25, so I'm like, yeah. And from Dynamite, issue 0. And I just thought this was a neat cover. So this is America's Best Comic Sorts. So we know that is a bunch of Alan Moore's different universes stories. It's all tied together with characters. This book has the Gray Shirt in it and the First American. And it also has the Cobweb. So I'm taking She's the Cobweb. So it's like an old pulp book, pulp cover. So that's my pickups from that. And I did get a couple of mail calls. A couple of mail calls here I'm going to show you real quick, and I'll let you go. Picked up this nice Vampirella number 3 with this Adam Hughes cover from old Harris Comics when they were doing Vampirella. So that, glad to have that. And look at this beautiful cover. So this is Torchy number 5 from Innovation Comics. Late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around that time frame. But look at that cover. So Torchy was a book published. These are reprints of a book of a female character called Torchy from the late 40s, 50s, something like that. But then they had, back then there was this artist named Olivia, and she did these awesome covers, or awesome drawings of women, and she was on a lot of men's entertainment books and stuff with drawings of women. But I think there's like 2 or 3 of these Torchies with her covers that she did. Usually they're signed. This one may have been cropped. It might have been this was probably a larger picture that the rest of it can't be shown. So they kind of cropped it and published the top part of it that they could show. And beautiful cover. Glad to add that to the collection. And 2 books. I got 2 books back from CGC. Okay, so my guy over at Subscription Comics, check them out online, Subscription Comics. Does awesome cleaning and pressing of books. He also CGC submits for you, and I had 2 of my favorite books done. So the first one is an ASM 238 right there with the tattoos. Came back as 7.5. Okay, this book, it was cleaned and pressed, and it's beautiful. And when you look at this book, it presents like a 9.92. Beautiful. Well, there's a problem on the back, and this looks like a manufacturing defect. I'm going to see if I can show you. Do you see that off color right there of it on the bottom? This has perforated lines on it. This looks like this book got hung up in the printer going through the line, and it just kind of took that piece of paper away. So I didn't know how bad they would knock me on this. I mean, well, it presents really well. Does have the tattoos. It's complete. For what I have in this book, and the cost of cleaning and pressing and getting it graded, I didn't lose any money. I'm actually in the black on this book, and it's one of my favorite books, so I'm going to keep it. I'll take a 7.5 on that. Second book, I'm not happy with. I bought this book It's a beautiful book. It was cleaned and pressed and submitted. I knew this book would be a 9 to 9.2. Could be higher. Depends on the grader. So this is Daredevil 168. Come back in 8.5 off-white to white pages. This book does not have off-white to white pages. It doesn't. That's why it's an 8.5. It should be a 9. At least. Maybe, you know, when I bought this book, it was a 9.4 potential. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the corners are awesome. And look at the back of it. There's no staining. There's no marks. I don't know. This may be possibly cracked out and resubmitted. Not right now. Not with all the crap going on with CGC right now. I'll probably wait till summer. Give it 6 months, or maybe they can get their act together and what's going on there and get things lined out. Still glad to have it. Even at an 8.5, what I have in it, cleaning and pressing and submission, I'm still on the black. And this book, it's a beautiful book. It shouldn't be an 8.5. So, it is what it is. But, that's it. That's my little share. What I picked up, and a couple little mail calls, my CGC. And, hey, thanks for watching. And remember, collect what you like.